Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Taurus, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of March 2nd to the 8th. Wow, we're in the third month of 2020 already. It's pretty crazy, guys. We have some really big energies this week. So we have the Dance with Life Oracle card. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Tower. So, what is going through my head is great change is upon you. The David Bowie song, Changes. It's all here. We have the Tower energy, guys. It's not a card to be feared and, think everything's going to turn upside down. It may have for some of you, but we have to remember it's a blessing in disguise. And, it's here to bring change, change that's going to see you, serve you better in the long run. It's clearing the slate so new things can come in for you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's saying that this is the time that things were supposed to change. Maybe you were stuck in a situation. The Tower's come in to shake things up and get you back on your track because there are opportunities that want to come in for you. So Taurus, let's just start off by reading out your Oracle card, Dance with Life. I think this is very strongly linked to it as well. Do something to change your energy. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. Or maybe have a tower moment, guys. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each new bop, sway and kick, we are rocked back into harmony with the rest of life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music and dance unrestrained and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected to the systemic beat. That makes it sound pretty lovely, guys. But for me, that dancing metaphor is basically, do something to get that energy moving. That can be different forms for all of you. Sometimes stronger energies come in to move that frequency through our body. Sometimes it's a Tower moment that comes in because potentially we haven't been able to do that on our own. We haven't been able to change our energy to make the decisions that serve us to get back on track. So the Tower is the card of change, the card of great universal change. And in your recent past, I'm seeing the Tower and the Two of Swords. Now, for some of you, you may have already been through this energy. Some of you may be in this energy right now, or it could be, you might be on the threshold of it, because obviously timing is fluid, guys. I see that potentially in the past you were in a state of indecision for a period of time. Now, guys, this is a general reading, so you'll know, what this thing is that basically needed to come down in order to create great change in your life. It can be a relationship that you're stuck in that's past its use-by date that holds you stuck and stagnant from, maybe that Knight of Cups coming in for you. The same can be said about, stagnating in a job or career that we're not passionate about, we're not on purpose, we're not aligned with our higher self, but we stay there because, the benefits are good, the money's good, all of that kind of thing. It can be self-limiting beliefs, an illusion within ourselves that needs to clear so that we can actually transform that kind of energy. But I think that you were sitting on the fence about something for quite a long time, and potentially, there might have been signs and synchronicities from the universe that were trying to sort of, give you that divine nudge in a direction. But I feel that you may have been blocked from your intuitive centers and, literally blinded in this decision making. So, you haven't really been able to see those signs and to take the action that you needed to. You might have been weighing up options, but I feel like you were in that kind of space in between for quite a while. And guys, that's when sometimes the universe comes in and gives us a helping hand, and it might not feel that helpful at the time, but we have to keep in mind that the Tower is a blessing in disguise. It comes in to pull down illusions or false constructs in our lives, the things we've built on shaky foundations, the relationship where we're not lined up in our values and, we always get to that point of resistance or arguing with each other, that career that you're just not passionate about, that, You know, it's all of the friendships that are, you know, inauthentic, all of those kinds of things. And the idea is that the tower, it didn't really take, you know, much, just one, you know, universal bolt of lightning, and it brings the whole thing down because it wasn't stable in the first place. And, you know, that is how, you know, the universe brings change into your life when you might have been resisting for quite a while. So that's what I'm seeing here. You know, with the tower, we do need to let it fall. And it's from that rubble that we can rebuild something new. We have to try not to give into the temptation to rebuild that same tower. Otherwise, you know, we are just kind of like, you know, patching up a bucket with a hole in it, and it's still going to leak in time once that patch erodes again, and we find ourselves in the same situation. So we're really, really, it's quite final with the tower. If you are, you know, in a relationship with someone and you really don't want to let them go, or you think there's still a future there, then you would need to rebuild something, maybe from the ground up, maybe go and get counseling, or, you know, deal with the demons that you haven't been dealing with. It's that kind of energy where you really have to dig deep in order to carry on with this kind of situation. So I actually quite like the tower when I see it in a reading, because it's kind of like, okay, it might be chaotic, it might be a bit of a showdown. There's levels to it. It doesn't have to be that powerful. But we know that things are going to move and shift, and that's exciting. And my goodness, do things want to move and shift for you, Taurus? I mean, this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like the wheel has been kind of teetering. It's been wanting to spin and turn for so long, but it's just kind of been teetering on that kind of, almost like a bit of a seesaw. And this is the week that the tower comes to give it that great big, you know, propel, that big push, and it's going to spin, and my goodness, your luck is going to change, Taurus. I'm feeling that the Wheel of Fortune is really a change in direction for you. You know, so it's almost like you're in a compass, completely doing like a 180-degree turn. So you might even find yourself heading in a completely different direction this week. You know, maybe if you are going to leave that career or job that's in, you know, finance or corporate, you're going to go off and be a healer or a massage therapist, or, you know, something like in the creative arts. It's like that thing that's inside of you, maybe that you've always suppressed, you know, you're going full out for that. Maybe you're going to go for a completely different partner. Maybe, you know, even the opposite sex or gender. It's that kind of change. It's very, very exciting, and it's going to come from a place of total authenticity for you, because I feel like you're peeling back some layers of that onion, so to speak. Now, the Queen of Wands, you know, she is also facing that new direction. She is facing her, you know, true north, and she's not looking back. She's all about, you know, getting back her fiery sense of power and passion and enthusiasm for life. And now she is completely connected to her instincts. In the past, you know, in the Two of Swords, we see somebody who's blinded, who can't connect to their intuitive centers. But the Queen of Wands is, you know, she's got the cat here. This is her instincts, and she is letting that guide her decision making, so she can make practical, strategic decisions to move her life forward for the better. And through that, she's starting to, you know, manifest new opportunities, new experiences for herself. And she's a great opportunist as well. So be looking out for opportunities, you know, after this tower is cleared, that's going to head you in the direction that you want to. And this is a big period of setting things up for the future, Taurus. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is said to have a 10-year energy. So the decisions that you make now, the new foundation that you lay, could see you, you know, could have an impact on the total next decade or chapter of your life. But the Wheel of Fortune is also a lot about timing. It says that the timing is right now for all of this to go down, and we really just need to embrace and, you know, and surrender. Embrace it and surrender. Try not to, you know, hold on to the tower. If you need to fall, you know, or if others fall around you, it is meant to be, because the luck wants to change. Say, look at the cards around the Wheel of Fortune to see which way the pendulum swings. Well, we've got the Knight of Cups and we have the Nine of Pentacles, which are both pretty beautiful cards here. For a start, the Nine of Pentacles shows you completely, you know, in a sense of power and independence and self-sufficiency and abundance. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody who doesn't need really any help or anyone else, or doesn't need to rely on anyone for anything, because this is you and your energy and your earthy energy, knowing that you can make it on your own, and you feel, energized about that as well. It's like almost like you are in that dance of life where you're effortlessly building abundance in your life. And when you're in that Nine of Pentacles mode as well, you are quite magnetic and attractive also. So I feel like, this is really that phoenix rising after the tower. You're going to come back bigger and better than ever, looking better, feeling healthier, being, more, just more magnetic, more beautiful, I feel. Inside and out, it's that energy that radiates when you're not, holding on to any toxicity or any stagnancy anymore. And that is exactly the time that we start attracting opportunities into our lives. That Knight of Cups, guys, I mean, this is an emotional offer, or an offer that's going to be fulfilling for you in some way. Yes, that can be on the romantic front. The Knight of Cups can be that knight in shining armor who's offering you his cup of love, his or her cup of love. It can be a deepening of commitment for those of you that are already partnered. Maybe the engagement or the next step in the relationship, actually dating rather than just seeing each other. It can also be, especially with the Pentacles energy here as well, a new career or a new job that is going to not only be financially abundant for you and that you might be working quite autonomously, but it's actually going to be fulfilling on an emotional level as well. It's going to be aligned with your passion and your purpose. So yeah, Knight of Cups, I mean, it can be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. But either way, this is you shining in your own light, being in your own element. And that's when, you can expect the opportunities to come in because they're magnetized towards you. So I feel like you're going to be giving off that vibe, and you are going to be getting attention from people, whether that's in a romantic context or even just coming across as the most charismatic person in that interview process, whatever it is that you are going through, Taurus. So I'm going to leave it there. I love this reading. I love these energies because this is all about change, and it's big changes, but big changes in a very positive direction. So Taurus, hope you enjoyed the reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you guys, but there's always a piece for everyone. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.